Empowerment also cultivates ownership. When people are empowered, they no longer feel like passive followers carrying out instructions. They feel like active participants shaping the outcome. This sense of ownership fuels motivation, creativity, and commitment. Instead of working because they have to, they work because they want to, because they see themselves as part of something meaningful. Leaders who empower others do not demand loyalty. They earn it by giving people the dignity of choice, responsibility, and contribution. Empowering others requires humility. It takes humility to step back and allow others to shine, to resist the urge to always be the center of attention, and to find joy in another person's success. Leaders who empower are not threatened by the growth of others. They celebrate it. They do not hoard knowledge, credit, or opportunities. Instead, they share generously, understanding that success is greater when it is shared. Their pride comes not from being the only hero, but from creating an environment where heroes are everywhere. Empowerment is also a form of legacy. Leaders who empower others plant seeds that grow long after their own work is done. They create leaders who, in turn, empower the next generation, ensuring that the cycle of growth and leadership never ends. This is how movements endure, how organizations outlast their founders, and how communities thrive beyond the influence of a single individual. At its core, empowerment is an act of service. It is a leader saying, "My role is not to stand above you, but to stand beside you, to give you the courage, the tools, and the space to rise." It is about creating conditions where people discover their own strength, embrace their own leadership, and step into their own greatness. By empowering others, leaders transform not only individuals, but entire cultures, proving that leadership is not about how brightly one person shines, but about how many lights they ignite in others. Consistency of character is one of the most vital qualities of leadership because it builds the foundation of trust, reliability, and credibility. People do not follow leaders simply because they have authority or hold a title. They follow because they believe in the steadiness of the person leading them. A leader who is unpredictable, inconsistent, or easily swayed by circumstances creates confusion and uncertainty. But a leader who is consistent in values, behavior, and decision-making provides stability that allows others to feel secure, inspired, and empowered to grow under their guidance. Reliability is at the core of consistency. When leaders consistently show up with integrity, fairness, and authenticity, people learn that they can count on them. This reliability builds confidence. Teams know what to expect and can move forward without second-guessing the leader's intentions or values. A leader who shifts principles based on convenience or mood weakens trust, while a leader who stays steady in character builds an atmosphere where people feel safe to contribute their best efforts. Reliability turns leadership into a source of reassurance in a world where uncertainty is common. Consistency of character also creates credibility. Words alone are never enough to build lasting influence. People watch closely to see if a leader's actions match their promises. When leaders deliver consistently, their credibility deepens. This credibility becomes their reputation, one that precedes them wherever they go. It communicates that the leader is not swayed by pressure, popularity, or personal gain, but is grounded in values that do not shift with the wind. Such credibility cannot be fabricated. It is earned over time through repeated choices that align with principles. Another dimension of consistency is fairness. Leaders who treat people consistently, regardless of position, background, or personal preference, create an environment of justice and equality. People know that decisions are not based on favoritism but on principle. This steady fairness allows individuals to trust the process, even when outcomes do not always favor them. It eliminates the fear of bias and strengthens loyalty, because people feel they are working in an environment where the rules are clear and applied equally. Consistency of character also has a powerful effect on resilience within a team. When leaders remain steady during times of difficulty, they model how to remain grounded under pressure. Their consistency in adversity becomes a source of strength for others. People naturally take cues from their leaders in moments of crisis. If the leader is erratic, panic spreads quickly. But if the leader is steady, focused, and composed, that calm spreads as well, encouraging others to stay resilient. In this way, consistency is not just about personal character, it is about cultivating collective strength. Leaders with consistency of character also provide clarity. Their steadiness means their values, expectations, and standards are clear and unwavering. This clarity empowers people to act with confidence, knowing they are aligned with what the leader stands for. It removes confusion, reduces conflict, and fosters unity. Instead of wasting energy trying to interpret inconsistent signals, teams can focus their energy on achieving goals, knowing they are supported by a leader who will stand by their principles. Consistency also builds long-term influence. Charisma may capture attention for a moment, but consistency earns respect for a lifetime. People may be impressed by brilliance or eloquence, but they trust reliability. Leaders who are consistent earn loyalty that does not fade when difficulties arise. Their steadiness fosters relationships that endure, making their influence far-reaching and sustainable. Over time, this steady influence becomes their legacy, remembered not for fleeting moments of greatness, but for the reliability that shaped lives and guided people toward growth. At its essence, Consistency of character is about alignment between who a leader claims to be and how they actually live. It is about being steady in values, reliable in actions, and authentic in presence. It is the quiet yet powerful force that makes people believe in their leader, follow with trust, and grow under their guidance.